Good evening, all the joinees. Hi, this is Ansu. I welcome you all to the webinar conducted by Engine Markets. By the time the others join in, let's have a look at today's webinar topic. So, today our major topic involves analyzing commodity and informing about the new updates that have come up onto the platform. First thing, we will be analyzing the markets tab. There are certain additions that have happened in the market section right next to the overview tab, which is modification made into the news tab, which is right now AI integrated. Further to that, we have added in a bond market section and economic data as well. So we will be majorly understanding the market section, evaluating the bonds data and the economic data that forms a part of the market section. Further to that, we would be talking about or rather analyzing commodities and how you can view various tabs such as drawdowns or point to point related to these commodities. Post that, the quorum would be open for a Q&A session. You could either unmute yourself or type down your topic related questions in the chat box. If there is anything which is not pertaining to today's topic, you could drop in your mail ID or your contact number, and our team would reach out to you for the same. So let us begin. So this is our landing page on Engine Markets, which is the Markets tab. And within this, first, we will be talking about the overview section, wherein certain modifications or changes did happen. So first thing, you can come across this tab called as Market Chart, wherein you have an option to load multiple indices onto this line chart by either clicking onto it, just simply you click onto it, it gets added onto this section. If you want to remove it, you can again click onto it and it gets removed. If not, we have an option to search for benchmarks from this search box. So we have approximately 209 benchmarks. Let's say I search for Nifty Bank as a benchmark. You search for it, you click onto it, and it gets loaded onto the line chart. And next to the name of that index on the extreme left, you could see what is their point to point return. Now, this return is for a time period that you set in, wherein you have the option to change the respective start date. All you need to do is simply click onto this calendar like icon and you can input a start date of your choice. Let's say I take 4th of Jan 2021 and the starting point for each of these benchmark is now 4th of Jan 2021. Further to that, right next to it, you can see certain icons coming up, a camera like icon. So, on this section, wherever you see a camera like icon, helps you to take section specific screenshot. For example, if you click on this camera icon, it can give you a quick quick screenshot of this market level. And let's say if you want to download the levels of these benchmarks into an Excel file, you can simply click onto this icon, which exports all the data into Excel. So I'll be quickly showing you the same. So irrespective of the number of benchmarks that you have selected, all of them can come up into this single Excel sheet and their NAVs or their levels also come up from the start date till the end date, the latest date that you're looking for. I'll come back again to the platform. Now, next to the market chart section, we have this market levels section. So this is a live ticker section wherein for these benchmarks, you could see their live levels, their today percentage, as well as the today value figures. In addition to that, you can also see the 1 day change, MTD, and the YTD. Next to that, if you scroll further, you could come across these Indian equity sectoral benchmarks. We show you the data for both BSE as well as NSE indices as well. By default, BSE would be selected. You can change this from your settings as well. So here as well, these would be the live tickers for each of these BSE or NSE commodity. Again, you see the live levels. You could see the today, the 1 day percentage, the MTD, and the YTD. And right next to it, you could see the best 10 and the worst 10 BSE sectors for a time period which you can change. By default, it would be 12 month. You have an option to change it to 6 months, 3 months, or 1 year. Further to that, if you want to look only on the NSE indices, you can click onto this checkbox for NSE and the data comes up. Not just that, if you wish to load these index onto the line chart on top, you can simply click on the name of that respective index and it comes up onto the line chart. Now, currently, if we are viewing onto the screen, we could see this blue line chart happens to be at the top, which happens to be Nifty Bank. It is at the top not because out of all the benchmarks, it has performed the best. If you see, the best performance in the time period came from Nifty Auto. However, Nifty Auto is not positioned on top. The reason being the starting levels for each of these index happens to be different. So you can see Nifty Bank is at 31,000, Nifty 50 at 14,000, Nifty Auto at 9,000 approx, and Nifty IT at 25,000. So, in order to cater this issue, to have a fair graphical view of the data that you're looking upon, you can click on this checkbox called as rebase, which now picks up a common start point. And now you could see this green line, which represents Nifty Auto, happens to be on top, which says out of these four benchmarks, Nifty Auto performed the best or gave the best return in the time period that we had set in. Now, this is how we added benchmarks into this section. If you wish to remove certain benchmarks from this section, that is also an easy option. You can click on this pencil kind of an icon and click on this cross icon, which you can see right next to the name of the benchmarks, and they get removed accordingly. We not just have Indian specific benchmarks, we also have international benchmarks. You can scroll down, and on the right hand side, you can come across these world equity market section, wherein there are multiple benchmarks that are international benchmarks. You can as well click on these benchmarks and you can view their comparison against a Indian benchmark or any sectoral benchmark in a similar way. Further to that, on the top right, we have a section called as AI summaries. So this is a new addition that has happened into the market section. Previously, economic data was available right here. For that, we have altogether created a new section, which is much more in a better way. Right now, we have changed that with AI summary section, wherein there are three sections that are available. Live market data that you can have a look upon, which updates every 2 to 10 minutes that way. Further to that, we have daily summary section where what has happened in the previous day is what you can have a look in this section. And you can also generate a report for the same. This would be a section wherein you can also click on this print or save as PDF as an option. And right next to that, you could see this sector analysis page, which again for the previous day gives you a snapshot of how have the sectors performed, which sector has performed the best, which rather moved a bit slow when compared to the other sectors that way. And you can also have a look upon their month to date and the year to date trends as well. And for this section as well, you could generate a report. That is again a icon of print. Once you click on it, you come across this section and you can take a print of it. Further to that, we come to the next section in the market section, which is the news analysis. So in our news analysis section as well, we have integrated AI reports right here too. And the overview of the news page has also changed. First thing, onto the right hand side, you can see the latest news that are coming in and you can see the time frequency as well. So 3rd July, 16 hours, that is 4 p.m., for 1 p.m., for 2 p.m. So the frequency has also increased that way. In addition to that, if you wish to search for a respective news related to a specific keyword search, you can simply search for it. The data comes in right here and You can simply click on that respective news. It will take you to the source news page. Further to that, towards the left hand side of this page, a new addition that we have done is the AI summary of the entire news that has been there. So, right here, we give you a quick summary of what has happened in the previous day and the previous week. This section as well, you have the option to save a PDF for the same as well. Further to that, we come across this section called as Market Wrap. So initially, Market Wrap was right in the overviews section. Right now, we have moved it to a furthermore far more section, which is called as Market Wrap. Once you click on it, there are two options to generate a report, or two versions to generate a report. The first one, which is the old format, is called as Use Legacy PDF version. So this was our old format wherein your company logo comes up, the selected benchmarks, actively selected benchmarks show up, and NSE or BSE, whichever was the sectoral benchmark you selected, show up. So this was our old report. The new HTML report that we have generated is available right here, where you click on Open Latest Market Wrap. So in this section, we have given you certain additional features as well, wherein if you want to change the name, let's say I just rename it to some other company, XYZ company, you want to change the color for that matter, you can select that and click on Open Latest Market Wrap. So you can come across this HTML format right here, wherein you can see the company name has come up. In addition to that, you can also view a market commentary right here. What has happened in the previous day for this respective markets? What were the news related to the market? Come up right here. The closing levels are available right here. Nifty, BSE, India 10-year bond yield. Further to that, you could come across market levels, which are broad-based index that are available. International benchmarks are also available. Further to that, you can see the sectoral performance, best 10 and worst 10 BSE sectors, because I had selected BSE. Further to that, you can come across these macroeconomic performance data. And next to that, you can also come across these commodity performance as well, which includes gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas, and macroeconomic data, which will be available right here for India as a country typically. Now, one addition that was made like today into these HTML reports that you generate as a Market Wrap is your logo will also be integrated into these Market Wrap HTML report that you generated. This is the latest or the recent update that has come up as of today. Not just your company name, you can also have a logo right besides it. Next to that, we move further towards the world bond section. So under world bond section, you can get data of up to 50 plus countries, their yields and their maturity date data as well. So under this, the first tab that we have is the overview tab, which gives you the daily snapshot. So right here, first thing you can come across is the 10-year government bonds yield figures is what you can view right here, which is 6.72%. And it says in comparison to the previous day, it has fallen by 3 basis points. When compared with 1 year ago data, you can see 1 year ago, the data ranged between 6.35 to 6.72. And when compared to the YTD performance, it is 15 basis point up. Right next to it, you could view the yield curve. So this tracks the live yield, which is ranging from a 3-month maturity to a 30-year maturity period. So right here, you could see it is mentioned as steepening, which means that long yields are rising faster than the shorter yields. That is what you can view right here. Further to that, we have this key spreads. So this section compares the yield of India's 10-year bond against other major bonds and lets you know the difference right next to it. Further to that, you come across this section called as full yield curve. So for Indian bonds, we show their maturities and their yields. So for example, if I talk about this section, which is a bond with 2-year maturity, and their yield happens to be 5.96, and right below it, it will show you what is its 1 day change. To view this analysis in detail, or this bond in detail, or let's say compare it against another country, you can simply click onto that respective tile. You can view its latest yield, what is the 1 day change, and the performance 1 year ago. In addition to that, on this line chart for this 2 year bond paper, you could see their movement, how has it happened for different time period, which you can change just by simply clicking onto these data sets that have been provided. Not just that, if you want to compare this India's 2 year government bond section with any other country's 2 year data set, you can simply click on the name of that respective country and you can compare them simultaneously right here. So this is specific for a 2 year government bond that we are looking at, and you can compare it with other countries' 2 year government bond only right here in this section. Next to that, we have this top movers section that we have provided, which shows the largest yield move across all the bonds over the selected time period, which can also be changed. That is 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and YTD. Further to that, you could see a section called as inverted curve. So a country or a specific bond for a respective country will show up in this section only when the 2 year yield happens to be higher than that of the 10 year yield, which means it is an indication of a recession signal coming into the country. Right now, you could see Turkey has been highlighted right here, typically because the 2 year yield for Turkey was 36, which is higher than its 10 year yield, which was at 30%. The next tab under the bond section is the yield curve that we have. So this section enables you to plot countries and view their yields against its maturity. On the left, you could see short bonds, and on the right, you could see long bonds. So this section enables you to add up to 5 countries, including India as a country, which is added by default. All you need to do is click on the name add country and search for your respective country right here. So for example, I'm adding Japan. Let's say I also add Australia right here. So you can add up to 5 countries, and on the x-axis right here, you could see its maturity has been mentioned, and on the y-axis is yield that has been mentioned. So let's say I hover onto this 3 year maturity for the bonds for each of these country, and you can see the yield for each of these countries bond for 3 year maturity time period. This is what you can see in this compare countries section. Once you scroll further below, this section enables you to compare across various time periods. You can select it for one country at a time. For example, let's say from this section, maybe I select United States. You select that, and for different time periods, you can view their yields by simply hovering onto this respective line chart that you're having a look upon, basis maturity on the x-axis and yields appropriately showing up on the y-axis. The next tab under the world bonds happens to be the heat map that we have. So this section helps you to compare the yield level for different countries across different maturity period. So the first tab happens to be the yield levels. So right here, if you see, the color is ranging between dark blue to light blue. So when the yield is more than 10, you see a darker blue color. And when the yield is closer to 0, or let's say less than 10, the color happens to be white, or let's say a lighter blue in shade. You can also click on that respective tile. So for example, India's 1 year government bond, and you're viewing its respective details. In addition to that, you can view the same thing for 1 day change, 1 week change, and the YTD change as well. And here the colors will be ranging between red and green. So red means yield are rising, which means loss for existing bondholders as the price of bond falls. and green indicates yields being falling. Further to that, we have a tab called as spread that enables you to compare the difference between the yield of two bonds. First thing is the section called as curated spread, wherein the first thing happens to be the difference or the spread between India 10-year bond and US 10-year bond. So this typically says a positive 223 basis point. That is, it says that India's 10-year yield is 2.23% more than that of US. And next to that, you can see US 10-year bond when compared to US 2-year bond. So typically, it is said that for longer maturity, the yield should be higher when compared to shorter maturity. If not, it is a recession. That is what we just had a look upon in this overview section, which comes up in this inverted curve section that way. And right below that, we have this section called as custom spread. So this section enables you to select two bonds from any country of your choice. So, for example, I've selected Australia 5-year, and let's say maybe I select some other country, Belgium 5-year. You're viewing their difference, and it can be viewed in a detailed way onto this line chart. And lastly, under the world bond, we have a section called as screener. So this section enables you to compare the bonds of all the countries. That is, we have a total of 238 bonds, which is for different countries ranging between different maturities as well. You can simply search in for a respective country as well, and the country's bond come up. If you are focusing on a specific maturity bonds, you can select it from this search box. Let's say I'm focusing on bonds which are more than 10 years. You select, and only those respective maturity bond papers or yields come up. And within this, if you wish to input an yield range, you could also do the same. And the data comes up accordingly. And you can simply reset it to go back to the original page. If you wish to know further about it, you can anytime use this documentation as an option, wherein all these details will be mentioned in detailed format as well. So this was a new addition that we added to our platform. Further to that, we altogether added a new tab called as World Economics, wherein the economical or the macroeconomical data for multiple countries are now available on the platform. You have the option to select a country from this drop down that we have provided. And for each country, you can select an economic data from this section. For example, if I'm talking about inflation and prices, the data for United States, the country that I had selected, comes up. You have the option to click on this respective section that you're talking about. And for example, I have selected CPI, Consumer Price Index for US. So first thing, you can view its comparison across different countries. What is the CPI of USA when compared to other countries? In addition to that, you can also view the history of this respective CPI for US as a country, which you can also download into Excel as well. So this as well is a new facility that we have provided. So in the latest version, the download facility was not available. We have also added in the download facility for viewing in the data or the history. And we have also given you the option to save these in the report format that we have provided. So let's say I simply click on the report for India as a country, and its economic overview is now available to you, which again can be printed onto your end or can be saved onto your end. So a quick overview of what has happened in the previous month comes up in this section. And the macroeconomic data, as I mentioned, in a detailed view is now available in front of you. Post that, we have the market insights, which form the part of our market section. So these are our miniature reports that are released by our team on a weekly basis, which can be downloaded. And you can also adjust your logo size, as these are also co-branded starting now. So this was all about the market section that we had a look upon. Now we will be moving further towards the compare section to try and analyze commodities such as gold, silver, using various parameters. Now, how you can add them onto the system? So, these commodities as well, we added very recently onto the platform. You can simply search for these commodities. I've added gold, silver, let's say Brent, crude oil, and let's say I also add Nifty 50 as a benchmark comparison. So these have been added into our compare section. You can anytime have a look on its calendar year returns as well over a time period, how it has performed. So 2025 being a boom year for silver and gold is what you can see, a 146% return for silver and 64% return for gold. And since the current market happens to be a bit volatile, you can see there has been kind of a negative movement for gold and silver as a commodity. Further to that, you can come across the drawdown section as well, which can tell you how quickly each of these commodity were able to recover from a loss that had happened in the past. So let's say I try to input a date which is 2025 Jan 1st. So let's say in the last 1.5 year, how has the performance of each of these commodity happened is what you are viewing right here. Let's say I click on this graph to view a detail on the drawdown of gold as a commodity. So we can see that for this commodity, the highest loss that was experienced was to an extent of 26%. And this loss, when did it happen? Is happens to be the recent market correction, that is Jan 28th, 2026 till June 2024, 2026. That is to say that the levels, which was at 5,400 approximately, started falling and it reached approximately 4,000, 3,999. And this loss continued for a total of 105 days, which is still not been recovered. It is still only 9% recovered. Hence, the number of days to recover and the recovery date has not yet been mentioned. So we could also see that in comparison for the last 1.5 year, the magnitude of loss that was experienced in 2026 happens to be the highest. When we compare it to the second worst or the third worst loss, you could see it is exactly half or like less than half of what has happened correctly. Hence, proving that gold was kind of volatile in the current market that way. And the same can also be viewed onto the line chart too. The white region will show you the recovery phase and the gray region. So this happens to be the latest drawdown phase. This happens to be the drawdown phase, which has still not been recovered. Next to that, you can also come across this point to point section, which gives you 5 editable buckets wherein you can input in your respective start and end date, and you can view in that time horizon how each of the commodity responded to the market movement. So let's say right here, I input a time horizon, which is, let's say, Jan 2026. That is a YTD date is what I'm inputting right here. And let's say I click on absolute. Since the time period is less than a year, I am clicking on absolute as an option. So in the recent time, as we also looked in the drawdown analysis, we are seeing that gold and silver are in fact falling down. So in similar way, you can create in different scenarios of your choice, and you can also take an Excel download of the same. Now, next to that, we would be moving towards the fun section. The next update that had happened on the system happens to be engine quartile. Right? So this is a section wherein we have given you two options, single peer, and next to that we have across peer group. So under single peer, you have an option to select, that is category. So let's say I select FlexiCap as a category. So it says as of now, there are 44 FlexiCap funds in the market. And if you want to view this quartile data, you can also select it basis the month end parameter or the month end statistics as well. Now, we have given you different parameters to view the data for quartile analysis, which is ranging between 1, 3, 5, and 10-year return. In addition to that, we also show you CAGR, volatility, Sharpe, Sortino, and TER. You can, of course, click on any of these column headers and they can get sorted basis Q1 to Q4 or Q4 to Q1 accordingly. Now, right here, there are few things that you could come across the moment you keep your cursor on these respective tiles. Now, when I'm talking about 3-year data, it says that the return happens to be 20.41 for Bank of India and its rank is 1 out of 34. Now, we saw on top that there are total 44 schemes in FlexiCap as a category, while right here it says only 34, 1 out of 34. That is because in the 3-year time period, it is saying that since 3 years, there were only 34 schemes that were there in the market. These were the latest schemes that had come up in the market, which were not there 3 years back. Hence, we are saying, basis the number of schemes that were available for the 3-year data, this fund, that is Bank of India, happens to be getting the rank number 1. And further to that, if you see, there is also a section called as percentile that is also coming up. So for ITI FlexiCap, it says 97%. So this means that this fund is higher than 97% of all the other funds that are there in this respective category. Not just that, we have also given such arrows. So, an arrow, if it is moving or it's facing upward, it means that there has been an improvement in this respective fund. So, for iPro Flexi Cap, previously it was in quartile 1 and currently its performance has improved and it has moved to quartile 1. And similarly, if there has been any fall or any downward movement, we also highlight the same with a downward facing arrow. So in the 1 year statistics, you could see HSBC FlexiCap has the downward arrow. So it says in comparison to the previous month, it has moved one quartile down. So previously it was in quartile 1 and right now it is in quartile 2 basis the 1 year data that we are talking about. And we have two options to have a look upon, be it on a quartile basis or on a percentile basis. You can choose to have either of the same. And in addition to that, out of this entire list, let's say you do not wish to look upon quartile 4 funds, you can simply click on this option called as hide Q4 as an option as well. And the funds under the Q4 section will be removed accordingly. Further to that, we also have this option called as across peer groups, wherein you have the option to add categories from different asset class, or let's say from the same asset class, and compare their quartile positioning accordingly. So let's say I'm taking a focused and a large and mid cap and I click on apply. Right. So right now the list happens to be funds from two categories. And please note that right here we will be computing the quartile within each fund's own peer group. So right here we are saying that this Invesco large and mid cap fund happens to be rank number 1 out of the other large and mid cap funds. This is within category quartile positioning, what we are showing right here. Rest all the analysis remains same what we understood in the single peer group section. And if you want to understand this in detail, we have also given you a methodology section as well, which you can go through for your analysis or your understanding too. In addition to that, I would like to close the webinar with a single fund analysis section, wherein we have also provided a detail on this quartile as well. Just as we give you an explanation for the fund score with a blue tile, we've also given you an explanation or rather details about the quartile ranking of every fund. Just a minute. I'll just load my screen and open a fund. Yeah, so the moment you click on this respective tile, you can view the details of quartile analysis for every fund. The parameters or the metrics have been given onto the left. You can click on that metrics, and in that respective metric, what was the history of this quartile for a respective fund can be seen, and you can also view its comparison against its peers as well. So this is a detailed quartile analysis which can be availed on a single fund level as well. In addition to that, would also like to highlight that since we had launched Engine EQ in our last week's webinar as well, we have also given you a link for the same on Engine Markets platform as well. The moment you click onto it, you get redirected to our Engine EQ's section or Engine EQ page, wherein you can take a trial of this version or this platform for a day, and you can reach out to us if there happens to be any query or question from your end. So that is it for the topic specific webinar. If anyone has any question, topic related webinar, you can unmute yourself or type down your question in the chat box.
On this engine quartile, this is not based on return alone. It looks like that it is based on some multiple parameters. Um,
Uh,
on what basis is the quartile determined? Is it because usually AMCs when they speak, it is always on the returns.
yeah, so these are specific to returns only. So 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year CAGR, these are the returns that we are mentioning or highlighting right here.
Okay, can you go to large and mid cap there?
Yeah.
Huh. See the first one, that's where my doubt came actually. If you see Invesco India large and mid cap, the CAGR shows as Q3, but
Hmm.
otherwise 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, everything shows as Q1. So what makes this definition different?
Sure. So I'll have to firstly check the inception of this respective fund, because the CAGR happens to be the CAGR of the fund since its inception. The data or the statistics that we are showing is since the fund's inception.
Okay.
Right now, this fund was launched in kind of 2007 that way.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's a very old fund, yes.
Yeah. So it was in Q1, let's say starting 2016 or 2017. Before that as well, it did have performance and it did have returns. Hence, we are saying since the fund has launched, you can see it is in quartile 3, but of course, its performance has improved. Hence, you can
Okay.
see it to be in Q1 since 10 years up until now.
Okay. Okay. So by default, the CAGR is since inception, and
Since
each fund
inception.
may be a different date. So therefore, they can
Correct.
be
That is
different.
correct. Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So here, month, we cannot set the date. Is it start date?
Uh, which section? I mean, you're talking
Yeah,
about the quartile.
same thing. The same. Yeah. Right.
Uh,
Right.
right. So we have given you the option to input a month and date specifically.
No, the start date. I'm saying because just if I want to do it, say for example, it's given 1 year, 3 year like this, but I just
Mm.
want to see between two specific dates and then compare it with other funds. So, I mean, most cases we have start and end date, and in this case,
Mm.
I'm not seeing the start dates.
Yes, I mean that is correct. At the moment, the start and end date as an option is not available. I can anytime take that as a feedback and just discuss with the development team if we could kind of look into bringing the same on the system.
All right. Yeah, that gives little more flexibility, but
Hmm,
because pretty much in all other features we have got start and end date. So that's
sure,
giving us an enormous flexibility to see between whatever period we want to see and compare the funds for that period.
sure, sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done with that. Was my only question. Yeah.
sure, sure. Okay, so there's another question, how to load these gold, silver, and Brent and crude securities to the compare section. So as I highlighted, you simply go to the compare tab and under the section called as add other items, you can search under the search benchmarks as an option to add these commodities into this respective section. So typically speaking about the commodities data that we have, you can see we have gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas. These are the four sections or commodities that we have added in addition to Brent. Okay, so there's another question by Mr. Pawan Kumar regarding Engine Markets platform. You do not see many of the research functionalities that are viewed in the webinar. So what you can do is if you can drop your contact details in the chat box, our team can reach out to you to discuss this separately.
I am having a question regarding the multiple commodities comparison. If I want to rebase that, is it possible? If I want to rebase to gold, silver, or
Uh, so typically rebasing happens to 100 that way. So you add a benchmark. Let's say I search for, let's say, gold. Just a minute. I've added gold, I've added silver, let's say. So the rebasing anytime will happen to 100 if you see. Any section that you go, even in the compare section, if let's say I'm adding in gold, let's say I add in a Nifty 50, or maybe I add in a silver, and then you go to this chart section, again the rebasing happens to 100.
okay, thank you. The same thing is available in the bonds also of multiple countries.
So typically speaking, we do not have rebasing in the bond section because it is in the end showing you the maturity, right? So for example, let's say I just simply go to this heat map or yield curve, for example. So you add in a country for different maturities, you are able to see their yield curve. We are not doing a rebasing right here. We are highlighting what is the yield for that respective country's bond papers maturing on a specific time period.
Suppose I select 5 year or 10 year for both the countries.
Hmm.
So will it be possible in that case?
Typically not because right here, if you see, we are showing it, we are showing all the bond details for every country for different time periods, right? Be it short or long, we are showing it into a single line chart. So here we do not give an option to rebase. You can hover and see what is the yield for each of the country.
Okay, thank
Yeah. So there's another question. Returns on gold and silver are based on rupee or dollar. So currently, what we are showing on the platform for gold as a commodity, or let's say silver as a commodity, is for dollar currently what we show on the system, not basis rupees. So there's another question. Can you please explain rolling returns analysis? So since this is not related to today's topic specific webinar, I would request you to put in your contact detail or your mail ID in the chat box, and our team can contact you post the webinar for the same. Any more questions? Please let us know. All right. If there are no further questions, we would close for today. Thank you all for joining in for today's session. You can anytime visit our YouTube page. We have a dedicated playlist for all the webinars that have been conducted up until now. Today's webinar will also be uploaded by next week. You could see there are webinars in Hindi as well as in English, which is to an extent of 191. Thank you for joining in. Hope to see you again next week with a new topic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.